Objective number 2. Find a formula for the n term of a sequence. In example number 3, they give us the first few terms and they ask us to find the formula for the sequence. We go back to example number 1 and example number 2. They give us a sequence and we find the first few terms. Now the problem is opposite. That means we have to find the formula. In order to find the formula, let's look at those numbers and the relationship between them. From 3 to 7, then from 7 to 11, from 11 to 15, what do we do is we are adding a 4. So now we know the next number will be 19 because we keep adding 4. So when we're adding the same number, it means it's a multiple of that number. So adding a same number many times, that is 4n. If we think about the formula will be 4n, an equal to 4n. Now we make the table. The input will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the output is 4n. Then we get 4, 8, 12, and 16. Now compare the number that we got and the number that the problem gives to us. So we can see that the 3, 7, 11, and 15, they are less than 1 unit. So to get the correct formula, we will minus 1 in order to get 3, 7, 11, and 15. So minus 1 from this. So the formula have to be, I'm going to name an equal 4n minus 1. In problem B, we have 2, 4, 8, and 16. What do you think the next number will be? We will multiply the number by 2, right? So we will get 32. However, I'm going to rewrite this list. So I'm going to write 2 to the 1, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 to the 4th, and 2 to the 5th. So what do we see is that the base is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. The exponent are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 2 is the same for all of them. The exponent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are changing. They are the variable is changing. And we're going to get 2 to the n. When we get n equal to 1, we get 2 to the 1. N equal to 2, then we get 2 squared. So the formula you can name Bn is 2 to the n. In problem C, the minus is a little headache for us. So let's first of all forget about the minus and the alternate. We just do the positive number. So 1, 8, 27, 64, and 125. So we will rewrite those numbers as 1, and this is like 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, and 125 is 5 cube. So we got cube, the exponent is 3, the same thing, but the base are changing. So the formula have to be, we're going to name Cn, okay? So the base is the variable because it's changing. So we're going to call n and then to the third power. So now how do we deal with the plus and the minus? We will think about, first we're going to do 1 times 1. We're going to separate, okay? So the minus 1 times 8, and then 1 times 27, and negative 1 times 64, and then 125. So we separate the sign and the number. We already take care of 1, 8, 27, and 64. That is Cn. Now the sign, we can see that 1, -1, 1, -1. They alternate. So let's look at the example before, example number 2. Go back to the example number 2 and you look at this -1 to the n. So when you have a -1 to the n, you look at the side, it will give you the alternated side. Minus, then plus, minus, then plus, and minus. Okay, so we will do -1 to the n. We're gonna have two choices, depend on the minus go first or the minus go after. You know that the -1 to the n, if the n is odd, then it gives you answer negative, and -1 to the n, if it's even, then it gives you positive. In this case, because we always begin from 1, so we get negative go first. Okay, now look at our problem. The positive go first, so we have +1. So we think about -1 to the n from the example before. Then we got n equal to 1, n equal to 2. You got the answer is -1 go first, and then +1 go after that. Then n equal to 3, then -1. In order to get the positive go first, you're gonna do -1 to the n plus 1. So you change the exponent from the odd become the even. Okay, so if n equal to 1, you remember that input is always 1. We input 1, the exponent will become 2, then the output you will get is +1. N equal to, the output is -1. Since our problem begins from the positive 1, then we will choose the second option. Okay, once again, if it begins from positive, you choose the second one. If it begins from the negative, you will choose -1 to the n. For this problem, we gonna name Cn again. So the Cn will be -1 n plus 1 times n to the third power. So for this problem, this is just introduced to us that how the formula that we're going to guess look like. If you feel that it's too difficult for you, then you don't have to worry about this. In the section later, we have a formula to find out the general formula for this. Okay, we will have two sections to find out the formula for this, not by guessing like this problem.